EA Sports, and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems. Surely not.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament. With the bogey, falls to 2 over. And now to the 14th hole. That's where we find our featured golfer. Has not been a banner day for our featured player, Frank, but it is only the first round.
You always got to try and get something out of your round, even if it's something to work on for tomorrow. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. You know, that one is going to end up in the rough. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2. Well, how about this hole, Frank? 499-yard, par 4 15th. All you want.
Oh, that's for sure. The church pew's down the left. It's about 340 yards to get all the way past them, so that's not really an option. Bunkers down the right side. Really, they tell you, you've got to somehow hit something in between both of those. And the reason why it's another fairway you want to hit is a long second shot that's a little uphill to a green. That, well, just like all the others, is going to take something special. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
That is a solid par putt right there. On to 16 now, a 231-yard par 3. Frank, through the years, we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day. But they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints. They're marathons.
I mean, there's skill. And that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. That's a par. Stays at +2. 17th hole at Oakmont, par 4. Only 313 yards, and yet, Frank, it was so pivotal. The last U.S. Open played here in 2007.
It was pivotal for a lot of different reasons, strategy being one. Some elected to go down the right side with just a mid-iron. Others went directly at the green, did not get the ball up and down. Furyk and Tiger Woods come to mind in that situation. You can see the green's just perched up there. If you do lay it up, you don't quite get a full look at this green because you have to lay it up down that right side.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a US Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. Couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310.
Too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. So that wraps up another round here at historic Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania, and it has lived up to its reputation as one of the most demanding in the game. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
He's gone for a little extra.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
I knew it right away. Picked up the tee, didn't even look at it. We can see it. It's perfect. Right down the middle of the fairway. And it makes the green in regulation. Settles in over the putt. fourth hole now. Long par 5 at 609 yards. Take you up now to the fifth hole, 382-yard par 4. Frank, what do you think of the fifth?
An excellent tee shot is required here with just a long iron. Even something as short as a 4-iron is fine because the hole's not overly long. If you can bisect the bunkers on both sides, that's the key there. Second shot's going to be a little downhill.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. Another good swing, another good approach shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Now, that's a good par there, Rich.
And now to the par 3 sixth here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Frank, just into that first cut.
Yeah, it's sitting up. Really, this isn't too bad a situation.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. All set here at the par 4 7th. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed that used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just be able to squeeze it past.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. These putts keep the round together. Man,
I just pushed it.
Well, that hurts. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
The par 3 8. This is where Angel Cabrera, Sunday at the U.S. Open in 2007, made a deuce, and it was set up to play at 300 yards on that final day. This is all you want, Frank, in a par 3.
Yeah, it was the first 300-yard par 3 ever in a U.S. Open.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. He'll take par and move on. Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Good looking shot right here. Not very good at all right there.
No, I think it's time to sell the clubs, buy a tennis racket.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Continuing to putt with confidence. 2 rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Gave that the full treatment. Get up. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. I mean, this skill and that, that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. In for birdie. From a long par 5 to a relatively short par 3. We're at the 13th at Oakmont, 183 yards. Frank?
Another hole, because of the shape of this green, that you're almost breaking down into 3 sections. That front little circle you can see, the bit in the middle or the bit at the back. You're trying to play to one of those 3 sections. Oh, this is right at it.
About 18 feet away with a decent look. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Ooh, that hurts. You hate to miss the short ones. Ouch. Getting set now over the putt. He's made it. Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4 at 358 yards. Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance.
So a tester from 4 feet.
In for par. Here at the 15th, a long par 4 at 499 yards. Frank, what are you looking to do off the tee?
The tee shot here is very similar to the one back at the par 5, where the fairway slopes left to right. And then the second shot's going to be uphill to a green that's actually built in the opposite direction. This is a tough par 4.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Right in the heart. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's the final round of the Pittsburgh Invitational. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. Just misses. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good effort and good par putt. 14, pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Good thing he stayed in the first cut because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just a couple of feet. And Frank, you hear it so often, this is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. What a test here, Frank.
It certainly is. The tee shot here is a little bit like the par 5 12, where the fairway slopes quite severely from left to right. It means the views there on the left side are actually not a bad place to aim at. You just have to allow for that kick and roll towards the right.
Oh, come on, that's not even human. That's ridiculous. That is 350 plus yards.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Good stroke, just came up empty. Clean this up with a tap. Good roll, solid, that's a par.
Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. A par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
Frank, looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that. That's as bad as I have seen. Folks, that one is now on the fringe.
Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
Frank, here we are at the 17th. It's only 313 yards. That's par 4, by the way. Nowadays, that could be a par 3. What's the right way to play this hole, or does it simply depend on where you are in the championship?
I think it depends on where you are in the championship. Sometimes people try and hit drivers at drivable par 4s. Believe it or not necessary to make birdie, but it's the easiest option to make 4. One of the problems here at 17, if you do lay it up and the flag is on the right side, you turn it into a very, very difficult short par 4. And that's the reason why people often try and drive these greens.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
What a shot right there. Beautifully done. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a U.S. Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. When he goes after it like he is here.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
315. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. That has to feel so good. A big championship victory.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's the opening round of the Northeast Invitational.
It's going for a little extra. Oh, huge. Huge with a capital H.
Busted that.
That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure.
Birdie try up next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
Now to the 11th hole as we pick up with our featured golfer. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
Now, when you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right. Smokes it. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just 5 feet left. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Look out left.
And there's rough over there.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. This is a good-looking shot.
Birdie try up next. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Yeah, starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
Well, well, well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the 2 fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10, this is the shared green. So 13 and 10, this is where they meet up again at the end of a long, long walk.
Excellent looking shot here. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
That's a good birdie right there. And to 4 under par for the championship. Now to the par 3 14th. It is 240 yards. What a golf course, Frank. I mean, this tests the best in the world. I'm talking about McIlroy and Jordan Spieth and Ricky Fowler. 700-yard par 5s and nearly 600-yard par 4s. This is all you want.
It certainly is, and that's why the total yardage of this golf course is nearly 7,700 yards. This par 3, just a beast at 240 yards. One thing you want to do, though, is avoid Lake Zimmer. It's a big body of water to the right. If anything, though, look at the green. It shapes a little to the right, so you can use that left side of the green, which is away from the lake. It's a smart way to play this. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. And he's made it onto the green now. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there.
15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green. The only problem is if you go long.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Safely on deck.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Settles in over the putt. Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. Well, Frank, round 1 in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Northeast Invitational.
Grab the fire extinguisher. Put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air.
Staring at a 125-yard shot now. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Frank, you've been around this game for a pretty long time. Are players, in fact, more athletic today than they were, say, 20, 25 years ago?
There's no question, Rich, they are. That we've borrowed from other sports. If you can't make the player better, you can make them more athletic. And in the end, you're still making the golfer better.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
And getting ready for the putt. Ouch. Really can't afford to give away shots at this point in the tournament, Frank. Now at the second here at Lighthouse Point, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit, but such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here. This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, heading way right. Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs, and this is a hole that offers up
Oh, he is winding this one up. Doesn't have the power, though.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron. Others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Getting set now over the putt.
Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
Fourth hole is 411 yards, par 4. And Frank, this is the kind of hole where you want to pull out the cell phone and take a few pictures. The views are absolutely stunning. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. Safely on the dance floor.
Just a couple of feet. So, hanging in down the stretch with a par.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.